Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This ruffle top is our tutorial, and I'll be using this leftover yarn from my previous tutorial. It's called Sport. I had the details there, and a 3mm hook. We are going to begin with the bra cup. Make a loop, enter your hook into the loop, and make a chain of 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my chain of 18. You're going to add a +2. 1, 2. That's like your first half double crochet. Wrap your yarn, skip the first 2 loops into the third, and make a half double crochet. Go into the next loop with a half double crochet, into the next with a half double crochet. You are going to work a half double crochet along the entire chain. I'll meet you when I have 1 loop left, because we are going to work that different. I have 1 loop left. You're going to work 2 half double crochets in that last loop. 1 more. Like that. Then chain 1 space, wrap your yarn, go back into the same loop with 2 half double crochets. That's 1 and 2. So that's the important part on when you're working a bra. You're going to continue along the same chain, working a half double crochet on a half double crochet. I'm going to fasten my video. I'll meet you towards the end. I am getting to the end of the row, and that is it. The color blend is amazing. It's really beautiful. Row 2, chain 2 as your first half double crochet. Turn your work, start from the very first loop with a half double crochet. Starting from the very first loop helps us maintain a straight base, and continue working a half double crochet in each loop until you reach the chain 1 space that we made. I am reaching the chain 1 space. I don't know if you can see it. So you're going to work in that space. This is the important part of creating the bra cup. So wrap your yarn, you enter in that chain space and put 2 half double crochets, and then chain 1, go back with 2 half double crochets. As long as you remember this part, this is how we form our bra cup. So we are going to keep repeating the same process again and again until you have the rows that fit your measurement. So I'm going to show you one more time, and then I'll meet you when I have my bra cup complete. I'm at the end of row 2. I have 2 loops left. 1 more. So this is row 2, and next row you're going to again chain 2. Look at it, so beautiful. 1, 2, turn your work, Wrap your yarn, start from the very first loop with a half double crochet, and go into the next loop with half double crochet. I'm going to repeat the same process. I can't show you much because this is not the first time I'm doing this tutorial. You can check out my older videos on how you crochet a bra cup, or you can comment below if you don't understand anything and I'll try to explain as much as I can. I'm almost on the chain one space, you can see it, and wrap your yarn, go into that space with 2 half double crochets, chain 1, go back with 2 half double crochets, and then continue into each loop with a half double crochet. I am going to make my rows off camera. I'll meet you when it's done. My bra cup is done. This is the last stitch, chain 1. This is it. Beautiful. I already made one off camera, so you need 2 bra cups, of course. The color is beautiful. You can use single color. So you're going to cut off your yarn, and I have 9 rows for this bra cup. If your size small, I recommend 7 rows. I took my measurement from one underarm to the other, so that's I got 40 centimeters. I'm going to make a chain because I want to now do the ruffle before I can attach my bra cups. So I'm going to go with 40 centimeters. You can measure from under your arm to the other side to be able to get the length of your choice. Really, that's how I preferred it. You can measure it differently. The ruffle either way comes out the same. So let's dive in. So make a loop and make a chain long enough to fit your measurement of underarm to underarm, or whichever version you're using. I'll fasten my video. I'll meet you when the chain is ready. My chain is ready. Chain 1, 2, that's going to be like your first half double crochet. Skip the first 2 loops into the third with a half double crochet, and work a half double crochet along the entire chain. I am getting to the end of my row of half double crochets. One last loop, and pull through. This is it. For our next row, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, start from the very first loop and work a double crochet, then wrap your yarn, skip 2 loops into the third with a double crochet, then work another double crochet, chain 1, go back into the same loop with 2 double crochets. Like that. Wrap your yarn, skip 2 loops into the third. That's the third loop, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to work a double crochet. That's how it looks. Wrap your yarn, skip 2 loops into the third, work 2 double crochets, chain 1, go back into the same loop with 2 double crochets. Wrap your yarn, skip 2 loops into the third with a double crochet. I'm going to show you again, then I'll work the rest of camera. Skip 2 loops into the third, make 2 double crochets, chain 1, go back into the same loop with 2 double crochets. Like that. And then skip 2 loops and work a double crochet into the third. I am getting to the end of the row. Wrap your yarn, work in this second last loop with a double crochet and the last loop with a double crochet. Like that. Beautiful. Next row, chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to again start from the very first loop with a double crochet, and now it's going to be a little bit of an increase because we need our ruffles. So you're going to work in these loops, the 2 loops of the double crochets. This is from the first loop, and then go on top of the second double crochet like that. I hope it's clear. And now you're going to work 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space, and then chain 1 and go back with 2 double crochets, and then you have those 2 double crochets on top of the double crochet, the loops. Put those 2 double crochets like that. I'll show you again. So now wrap your yarn, skip that, go into the next loop, enter with a double crochet, and then go into the next double crochet, enter the chain space with 2 double crochet, chain 1, and go back with another 2 double crochets. And then work a double crochet on top of the double crochet, this one, and into the next stitch. So you're going to keep repeating the same thing until the end of the row. This is the chain space, it's important. Then skip that into the next loop with a double crochet and into the next, and then 2 double crochets in the chain space, chain 1, and go back with 2 double crochet. You're going to repeat the same thing, and I'll meet you towards the end of the row. I'm getting done with my row, and you can see the ruffle is already creating. And then 2 double crochets in the chain space, chain 1, and go back with 2 double crochets, and then 2 double crochets on top of a double crochet of each double crochet, and then come in the very last loop and put 2 double crochets, the very last loop on the lower stitch, like that. And now you're going to chain 1, 2, turn your work, start from the very first loop with a double crochet, and now we are going to continue the same thing. We now have 4 double crochets before the chain space. We should have 6 the next round. So 1, like it keeps increasing by 2 because of the 2 double crochets you put in the chain space. So now these are 4. You're going to enter into the chain space. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to enter into the chain space with 2 double crochets to a total of 6, and chain 1 and go back with 2 double crochets. So you use your chain space to create the increase until you have that beautiful ruffle, and then continue. I am going to work the rows of my choice off camera. The pattern just keeps increasing. The more you continue, the more the stitch keep increasing. You have 6 now. The next round you'll have 8. The next round you'll have 10. It's an even number. The next round you'll have 12, like that. Make it as long as you wish. I'm going to meet you when I have the length of my choice. So I'm getting done. Because I am using leftover yarn, I can't do this as long because I'm limited on yarn, so I will stop here, but you can make yours as long as you want. The choice is in your hands. It's ready, and this is how it looks. Absolutely stunning. The ruffle is beautiful. The color is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so in love. And these are my 2 bra cups, which I'm going to stitch on. You can use a tapestry needle, you can use a single crochet. I tend to use a needle, but today let's see if I can use a slip stitch. So I'll get my stitch markers. I could pick blue, and I'm going to mark the areas so that I have an equal measurement. So I have my center marked. I have to make sure I'm working from the wrong side of both my pieces, like the bra cup and the ruffle piece. So this is the inside and this is the inside. So I'm going to use a slip stitch to attach the bra cups. So this is the center loop. I am going to enter my hook and through the center loop, wait a little bit, the very first stitch towards the chain space, and then put them together. Get your yarn. You can make a loop if you want. I prefer to make it, or you can just start off. So pull through and then chain 1 to form the stitch, and then start working your slip stitch by entering loop to loop. Make sure you're working from the inside part of your piece so that the mess is kept from the inside, like so. Loop to loop, work a slip stitch like that. I am getting done. This is my last loop, I guess. Slip stitch and then chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Wow, don't you just love these colors? The blend is beautiful. So this is it. I'm going to attach the other one off camera. I'll meet you when the piece is ready. It's the same thing, slip stitch using the blue stitch marker as your center point for attaching both your cups, like that. And my piece is ready. I'm done attaching both cups. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the outside part. Like I said, stitch from the side you want it inside. As you can see, it's gorgeous. The color, the ruffle, beautiful. And then this is the inside part where I did the stitching. So now I already cleaned up this side of the piece. I'm going to show you from the other side. I just wanted to save a bit more time. So I am going to use a half double crochet for this. Make a loop. Come and start from the very top of the bra cup. Enter into the loop you've created and pull through. As you notice, I did my bra cup the other way around. So chain 2, go into the very first loop and put a half double crochet, and then you're going to work 2 half double crochets in each half double crochet. I tend to like to use those loops in between, one in the half double crochet, in the half double crochet, and one in the loop. It helps to avoid the clutter. So I'm going to fasten my video. You can follow up. I don't have much to explain. I'm towards the end, so you're going to work. I still have a loop to work on. Put your half double crochet, and then you're going to skip that part where you stitched and work on the lower half double crochet, the very first chain of the ruffle stitch. I mean the very first row, or the chain, yeah, true. And then you will continue with half double crochet. You're not cutting your yarn, you're just continuing. And then when you reach here, instead of cutting off the yarn, chain 1 and go back in that same loop and just turn your work, and then continue working in each half double crochet, two half double crochets. So I'll fasten my video, and then slowly, though a bit slow, so you can be able to see everything. So this is ready. I'm going to show you how to put the loops. So chain 1, 2, turn your work, wrap your yarn, start from the very first loop with a half double crochet, and then chain 1, skip 1 loop into the next with a half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 loop into the next with a half double crochet, chain 1. Those are the loops. So there's nothing much I can show you, or you can do them your way because this is not really that important. And this is the last one. Chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Oh, my scissors are blunt, but they do their work. So this is the piece. It's absolutely beautiful. I only have now the strings left, so make a loop. I'm going to show you one and then you can do the rest yourself, or you can do the string your own way because everyone is comfortable with a different type of string. So this is my favorite. I'm going to show you. So enter into the loop you have created, pull through from the top, chain 1, 2, wrap your yarn, go back and make a double crochet, chain 1, 2, turn your work, go into the space of the 2 double crochets and make a double crochet like that, chain 1, 2, turn your work, go in the middle of the double crochets with a double crochet. So that's how I do it. As we speak, your piece is ready, literally ready, and I can't wait to see your versions. It's a beginner friendly. There's nothing complicated about it, and thank you so much guys for supporting me. You see how it looks? Absolutely beautiful. This is it, and my assistant here, and thank you so much for your support.